Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very special post WrestleMania 41 edition of the Team Venom Wrestling Podcast. I'm your co host, Rory Bailey, joined by my co host, Connor Franks. We are both very tired and
Yep.
sleep deprived.
Yep.
We've purposely had very small
Little. Yeah.
conversations and interactions.
Yeah.
Um, like when one sentence text messages about Mania, yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, you want more, you've got
Multiple
to subscribe to Zoom.
multiple texts through Mania, which most of all just said yes or
Fuck.
holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. The first thing to obviously say is Mania was fucking awesome this year. The whole NXT
Everything
onwards.
from top to bottom, from Stand and Deliver to the
Yeah,
main event of night two, which I see people trying to shit on, but like we said in the last pod, people want to shit on everything. I want to
yeah.
get it out there nice and early. The reason the main event went the way it did, not in terms of results, but the way it went through the match, John Cena has said he's going to kill wrestling. That's his whole
Yeah,
thing. So he gave you the least main event, the least
I know.
WrestleMania
I loved
thing
it.
he could have. He's having
The
you
most
could
basic entrance.
the most basic entrance. He's doing like the most scummy heel shit,
It was so
and
withdrawn for the first half of the match. It was great.
yeah, walking away from Cody and all that. He's given us exactly what everyone has wanted from him for
Yeah,
15 plus years. So now don't complain that you're getting it.
no, and that's the thing, isn't it? Like for the last since WrestleMania 21 sort of time, people have been wanting Cena to turn heel,
Yep.
and it's his last year, and the way I'm viewing it is that basically Cena's gone. All right, the fans have always been like polarizing on me and everything, but the one constant for 20 years is that they want me to turn heel. It's my last year in the business. Fuck it, I'll do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's like that's really good because he could have just stayed face. He could have had like the goodwill year and all that lot, but instead he's gone. I'm going to reinvent my entire character and do what the fans have always said I should do and prove why it's fucking good.
Yep.
And yeah, and it's been awesome. It's been really, it's been really awesome. The only thing there was that bit with Travis Scott where I was like, but it's still that thing of well, they did the Travis Scott Rock Cena angle to turn Cena heel anyway, so that you knew that one of them had got to sort of be involved
And
in some
Travis
way.
Scott took a bump. He
Yeah,
wasn't just there to like have this weird like can't be touched aura because he's whatever whatever level of
yeah,
celebrity status you want to give him. He took a bump,
an
and
ex-Kardashian, isn't he?
may I just say that was a hell of a fucking sell on that crossroads.
Yeah, yeah. So
But we digress. Mania, uh,
yeah,
phenomenal man, top to bottom. It started off with the what was the night one star?
Jay and Gunther.
Yeah,
You
Jay
know what I mean?
Gunther.
It was just like just great immediately from them. But like the countdown show, I loved how this year they put so much stuff in that countdown show. And then the countdown show went on for hours, and usually it's just sort of there in the background. This year we got Bailey being attacked and
Yeah,
taken out of Mania, which obviously we'll get around to when we get to talking about night two. We got
Rey Mysterio announcement due
the
to
right, yeah,
on SmackDown, and the
and
only
the
thing I'll
AAA
say,
announcement as well.
oh, the AAA announcement is absolutely huge, and I feel
Yeah.
like,
I feel sorry for Alberto El Patron because he's now out of work.
yeah, I don't feel sorry for him. Um,
I don't know. I thought that was a joke.
I know. I have a feeling that we are going to slowly enter now into almost like the territories era in terms
Yeah,
of WWE are going to very slowly and but surely start acquiring all these different. I think because I would be surprised if this partnership with TNA
yeah,
is either already secretly, like verbally agreed that the X date, X year, you're at, we buy you,
yeah.
all that stuff. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But yeah, acquiring Triple A is massive.
Yeah,
I think we Money in the Bank we get Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank like back to back.
yeah.
interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, yeah.
More so that if this was Vince and this happened under his regime and they did a Worlds Collide, there isn't a AAA person winning unless they used to work for WWE.
Yeah, if this was Vince El Grande Americano, wouldn't have won at Mania.
That
Because
would
it's
have
Chad
been
Gable. It was like, no, Gable's got a Mania win finally.
El Grande Americano would have had this run he's had, and then he'd have come out at Mania, and it would have been like almost in a mask.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it's interesting. It's very interesting. I look forward to seeing where it goes in terms of
Yeah.
where WWE's heading because they're bigger than ever in terms of viewership. I know people want to argue like Attitude Era and all that bollocks, but in terms of actual numbers, they are just getting bigger. So,
Yeah.
especially acquiring AAA, which
It's just mad, isn't it? It's
it
just
is because AAA is like like to people in Mexico and South America,
yeah,
AAA
it's
is
bigger
like
than WWE there,
it's
isn't it?
like
So yeah,
royalty, isn't it? It's like a
yeah,
promotion that is looked up to like massively. So the fact it's not even that they announced a partnership, it's an acquisition.
yeah.
That is mental. But
I had a conversation with Jeff Jarrett a few years back for one of these a random interview thing for him, which is on our channel. I might have even put it out as one of the From the Vault ones already for this podcast series. But when I asked him about his world title things, because obviously he's a 13-time world champion, and one of them is the AAA Mega Champ, and he was saying that was what he was most proud of, which
yeah, yeah,
it shows
he had a
how much of a
great run
high
there.
level that is. And he
Yeah.
was multiple time WCW, multiple time NWA champ, and yeah, and it was the AAA thing that he was the most proud of out of his world title. So that's that shows you from the business perspective and the workers' perspective how highly regarded AAA is.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what's interesting is that I'm pretty sure Mark Jindrak, I can't think what he's going by now.
Yeah,
But he's like a star over
is
there.
he?
Yeah, he's like his. I'm pretty sure
Jim
like his,
Draco.
yeah, his. I think he's Summit Corleone or something.
Ah,
But yeah, he did bits over there. But we've got other pods we could talk about this.
that's
We've
true.
got to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
through Mania. Jey Uso finally beating Gunther, doing so
yeah.
with his own moves. Gunther choking out, tapping out to the sleeper hold relatively quickly, which did surprise me. I will say
Yeah,
that.
I thought he was going to fight that bad, but yeah, it was just no, gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the argument there could be like Gunther knows what this does to people.
Yeah, yeah.
Get out
So
of it.
yeah, yeah. So if he fucking gets me back for what I did in this to Jimmy, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, it's like that the South Park guy's gonna pop up like, and he's dead. Um, no, happy for Jay,
Yeah, very happy for
very
Jay. It was
happy.
awesome. Um,
Saw him turn up to the press conference, absolutely off his face.
Smashed. Yeah. Have you seen John Cena at the press conference?
Oh yeah,
Fucking
just
yeah, that
no
sounds like a
selling everything.
clickbait.
That's
That's
clickbait next.
yeah. Next question. Oh, ESPN. Yeah, that better be a good one. No, no, that sounds like clickbait. Next one.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So yeah, so interested to see how his title reign goes. I think
Yeah.
the thing is because we've just had Gunther. I'm gonna find it hard to imagine Jay getting a long reign.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I feel like it could be I think he'll have up to 3 months of solid defenses.
I think he's going to lose it to Seth based on the main event.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah,
Synchronicity.
yeah, we'll get to that. But he's got it. He's not just the tag guy anymore, and I'm sure this will probably lead to some kind of jealousy feud with Jimmy because that seems to be what has to happen.
I was
We
really expecting a Jimmy super kick. I was really expecting that after that
Yeah,
match when he was raising his
yeah,
arms. It's just the body language and the positioning of him. It was like he was at the right distance to just kick him in the
yeah.
face, and I was like, oh man, go on, like, just kick him. Kick him
Forgive
for
me.
just watching you take a bath in your own blood.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact order of the matches, so I'm just
No,
gonna
that's
go
fine.
with
To be
what we've got
fair,
right now.
I
There's a
know we
few that
sort
we
of.
can gloss over pretty
I think we should
quickly.
we'll just talk about WrestleMania in general because it's like we did a 2.5 hour megapod
We
before
did,
previewing
yeah.
it, so we
One
should
thing I do want
probably
to
not.
mention, though, I do want to mention, I love the fact that New Day got the win.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, yeah, mate. I'm happy about every result like that
Yeah,
of all the matches, apart from obviously Logan Paul winning there. But
does see what that does.
the only positive for that
It's
for me
carrying in it, but
is the cross thing. Yeah, so it's like we're gonna get an AJ Cross feud, which I'm very happy about, or we're gonna get a Karrion Cross and Logan Paul feud.
I think
Which
Logan,
that's not as good, but the AJ thing, yay!
AJ, yeah, AJ Cross, let's do that. We got Ray Fenix unexpectedly making his WrestleMania
Yeah,
debut.
3 weeks into the company, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
That's so cool.
Both the Lucha Bros being involved at Mania 41 is very cool. Um, didn't win, but you know what?
You know,
Story prevails, and I'm okay with that. I feel
I
like
think
we,
he's lost so that they can pair them up as the Lucha Bros. I think because with them not being able to sign both of them at the same time, it's been reported for ages that WWE wanted them as a tag team, and obviously
yeah,
they couldn't because Penta came in 3 months ahead of Ray, and then Ray's contract cleared up sooner than they were expecting. Because initially, it was it was been reported on various sources that Tony Khan was adding all the injured time to Ray Phoenix's contract, and so it was potentially going to be June or July, and then all of a sudden, Tony Khan and AEW just released a shit ton of people all at once. Went, you know what? I'm just granting everyone's releases. So Alistair Black, Ricky Starks, and and everyone's just like, okay, cool, great, I'm going to Mania. and
yeah,
that's and that's what. Well, Ricky Starks on NXT Stand and Deliver, great. Him and Ethan
um,
Page, yeah, had a brilliant match. Sorry, but yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, Phoenix didn't get the win, but you know what? Like I said, story prevails. I
yeah,
like that.
and I think it's to
If this
lead to
pushes,
the Lucha Brothers,
absolutely.
yeah, because they both lost at Mania, and
And honestly, hopefully, Penta moves to Raw because
mhm.
that Raw division, oh, that needs teams.
It's literally
Um,
just War Raiders and Kofi,
literally,
Kofi and Xavier. Yeah, so
uh, Jade Cargill and Naomi had a great match.
yeah, yeah,
I'll
much
be
better than I
honest,
expected.
I thought this was going to be one-sided, but it wasn't. Is this new theme for Naomi?
I think so.
I don't think I noticed it. I've noticed it on any other like
I
SmackDown. That
think on SmackDown they've had that thing of her being in the ring already and stuff, so they
yeah,
might have given it her a few times and have not noticed it because of that. But
but
yeah,
yeah, very cool. Cargill got the win. Love that. Jacob Fatu beating
yeah,
LA
that was
Knight.
great.
Fucking love that. I love the fact that at one point when he stood up, I think it was just after Haku appeared.
Yeah, Naku was there, man.
Do you know what I like about Haku is he didn't do a Rikishi. He
Yeah,
popped up, he had a little word with Fatu, and then he disappeared again.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It was very much proud of you, your moment. See you later.
yeah.
Like that's how it should be. Love that. There was a little moment where Fatu was, I think he was facing like towards the commentary desk, and there was a moment where you could tell that it wasn't the wrestler there.
Yeah, yeah,
There was a moment of like, oh my God, I've done this at Mania sort of thing. Like
yeah.
Fatu's got an
I
amazing redemption arc in life.
yeah,
So lovely payoff. I love Jacob Fatu. I
yeah.
think
Very happy for him. And the thing is, I love LA Knight as well, but I wanted to see Jacob Fatu win this. Like this was, yeah, it's great. And the thing is as well, you know, because of the whole prolonged bloodline feuds and stuff that they've been doing on SmackDown and everything, because of Jay and Jacob both winning titles
mm.
and everything. That there's so many different angles that they could run using Solo, Roman, and everyone else, and I'm quite looking forward to seeing where they go from there.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with like people who they've reportedly got signed but aren't even using yet.
Yeah,
Hikaleo has reportedly with the company. Lance Noah
since
is
like June or
reportedly with,
something as well, wasn't it?
yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah. Lance Noah is reportedly with the company. I think Zilla Fatu
there's some
is,
younger ones that have appeared on performance center pictures and stuff as well, isn't
yeah,
there?
yeah,
Where they've started them off
yeah.
early as well. So
Yeah, Zilla Fatu, I think, is has got the WWE ID thing where they can call them up to be a star whenever.
yeah,
So I won't be surprised to see that anytime soon. But no, love that. Tiffany beat Charlotte. There is a
thank
God.
God. Yeah.
there is a God, and also I
I
don't.
liked how we were both saying, "Oh, we don't think that Tiffany's going to win, but we're going for Tiffany because we don't want to pick Charlotte."
Yeah, absolutely.
So we both got a point for that on our predictions round robin.
I don't know if this is because I have a dislike to Charlotte Flair, or if this seemed the same for you. And I don't want like another person who dislikes Charlotte saying what I want to hear. Did this feel to you through this match? Charlotte was doing what she could to fuck Tiffany over, to just
It
make it
did.
a
It really
not
did.
yeah, like the she was just, I don't know. Someone like Charlotte, it felt like she was not being where she should be, not doing what she should be, not helping Tiffany.
When she
It
got her
felt
knees up, she was then
sandbagging.
acting like she'd
Yeah,
like broke her leg and like damaged the knee, and she might have been genuinely, she might have just been selling that, and in which case she's done a brilliant job. But like, yeah, it didn't
Tiffany's
feel
teeth.
like
It
usual
just, yeah,
Charlotte.
it kind of felt like every people always say like Bob Holly sandbagged Lesnar.
Yeah,
When Bob Holly, I don't think he did. I just think, I mean, he might have done. Bob Holly does hate young wrestlers. Um,
yeah,
but this felt like an entire match of that kind of
sandbagging. Yeah,
accusation.
yeah.
But Tiffany held her own, came out the winner. That's all that matters. Um, hopefully Ashley Flaw is all elite. Um, I know she's not. And the thing is, like, genuinely, I joke about the toxic wrestling community, right? And I don't wish for Charlotte to like be sacked and all that
Yeah,
stuff. I just there's something, and it's not even like heel heat or X-Pac heat.
yeah,
I just she's it seemed to got worse as an individual
yeah,
to the point where her music hits and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's
yeah.
not
It's
boo,
weird.
it's yeah, it's like, why are you on my screen?
Yeah, and it's bizarre because she is genuinely really good
She's
and talented,
incredible in the ring.
and like
Incredible in the ring.
I
And
don't.
it's not, that's what I mean. It's not heel heat. I'm not going, boo. I don't want you
Yeah.
to win. You're a bad guy. Boo. I'm going, will you fuck off?
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's that thing of when they gave her that mega run when she first went to the main roster. I think that was really good to showcase her, but it also shit on everyone else. And like the thing of, Bailey's beat her for the title for 3 weeks, and then Charlotte's got it again for another 6 months, and all those little bits and
Yeah.
pieces that they were doing, and so like it chips away. When someone's pushed in that direction and force fed to you, it chips away. It's like Roman Reigns before he was Tribal Chief.
Yeah.
We had that
Yeah.
thing of like people were just
A
sick
big
of him.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Well, it's like,
then
yeah, that's it. It's like do you remember the period where it was like Cena wins lol?
yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah,
It's
and
Cena had that as a period and Roman had that as a period, but Charlotte feels like she's had that since take
since
away
getting to the main
maybe
roster, yeah,
I'd say take away the first 2 years of being on the main roster because that's someone being called up from NXT, showing that they can
and
hang, sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But then she's not had a dip.
Yeah, and I think the thing of when they shoehorned her into the Becky Lynch feud with Ronda,
Yeah.
when everyone wanted Becky versus Ronda, it's
Hmm.
it's like when Daniel Bryan was on the way up at WrestleMania 30 and stuff, and everyone was hating on Orton, Triple H, and everyone else involved, even though the matches were fucking brilliant. Everyone was hating on him because everyone wanted Bryan in that spot, and when he wasn't in the Rumble and was favored, they favored Batista or whatever. Do you remember how much people were shitting on that all over the place?
Yeah.
And like I think that's kind of what's happened with Charlotte Flair because the amount of times where she's been shoehorned into a position where you just automatically think, oh, this should have been such and such, and like the Royal Rumble, like she
Yeah,
didn't need a Royal Rumble win.
she didn't need to win that.
She could have had this match with Tiffany without needing to win the Rumble. She could have won the Elimination Chamber, and that would have been less of a blow because obviously Bianca Belair didn't need to win a Royal Rumble and but won the Chamber match, and I was just, oh yeah, Bianca's won. But like because you know what I mean, like the Chamber victory thing, even though it has the same result, doesn't feel like the same sort of level of importance as a Royal Rumble win. So like when
Yeah.
you're watching a Royal Rumble and there's people in there like Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace and all these people that could really do with the Rumble win, and you go, yeah, Charlotte's back, and she's already. It's also she's already like a 14-time champion or something, isn't she as well? So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like you know that she's gonna get the next couple of titles. And yeah, it's
I
just
think
one of
that's
them. I think it's just that it's been done too many times.
yeah,
And that's not on her. That's on like the booking and the storylines
creative.
and
Yeah,
creative and to be fair,
I mean, the
some
end
of
of
the
the day, you
stuff in the
put
feud
any
with Tiffany has been a lot better than what we've seen from her in previous years. It's just that
it
it's
didn't
all
come from
kind of like the
Charlotte.
damage is done, isn't it? And
Yeah,
that's the issue. But yeah, so anyway, main event, man.
main event of the evening, and may we just say, we called it.
We did. We
We
absolutely
called
did.
it.
Like, you started. You were prefixing our prediction thing by going, yeah. Well, I'm going to pick something. I know who you're going to pick because it's like, no, mate. Like that. Do you remember that? It's just like, no, no. I know exactly what I think is going to happen. I think it makes the most sense, and it does
It
because
does.
I can't remember if we were on about it on the podcast or in general, but it's that thing of like every time Heyman's come into contact with someone that's already established, he's taking them to the next level, even though you're not aware that they need a next level.
Yeah,
Like, but he's
and
still done it.
Seth needed it,
Yeah,
and I think
Steph's great, but we in fact on one of these things we had a whole conversation about how Seth doesn't need a world title; he just can be there at the moment because he's that sort of
yeah.
level. But it's nice that they've got something really interesting and compelling
Oh,
because it will be
100%.
now.
100%. This is
Yeah.
going to be, you can already hear Paul Heyman, my visionary.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and heel turn, love it.
Do you know what I noticed
Um,
as well? It was Roman that got pinned in the main event of WrestleMania.
it was.
So Paul Heyman can still try and spin it that he's not betrayed Punk.
Yeah.
Well, as your best friend, I made sure that you didn't lose in the main event of WrestleMania, Mr. Punk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, imagine if Punk turns heel and they have like a friggin' Uber thing of Rollins and Punk as an actual alliance.
I think
I
there's a
don't think they
good
will,
chance.
but that would be
No, I
awesome.
I think there's a good chance that Rollins and Heyman are going to join um
Yeah, Cena and
down
everyone.
the Cena down the line. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think like have like the last what we in the fourth December, yeah. So have the last 8 months, well, not the time to pay off, say 6 or 7 months of that kind of alliance. Have them
yeah.
build a team,
It's got
and
to be a
then
war games thing, hasn't it? Because like Cena's
obviously,
gonna want to warm up.
yeah,
Like if it's your last year in wrestling and you've done everything, wrestled every kind of match apart from war games,
absolutely,
then and you've got the opportunity to do a war games, you do a war games. It's like
absolutely,
so we were saying about Aldis and WrestleMania and all that, and how we'd love him to get the WrestleMania moment against Orton. Joe Hendry getting a WrestleMania moment was fucking amazing, and people have like slated that online. Oh yeah, way to bury the TNA champion. Like, no, the TNA champion was on fucking WrestleMania,
yeah.
guys. Like, wake
The
the fuck
TNA
up. That's
champion was
amazing.
on the biggest show in wrestling
Against
against
one of
one
the
of the
biggest names in wrestling
of
history.
all time, literally. A man who's guaranteed to go into the Hall of Fame twice.
He could have he could already be in there. I know we've said
He
about
could,
like active wrestlers on there, but if there was ever a case for an active wrestler to be in the Hall of Fame, Randy Orton.
100%. Yeah.
So
But yeah, that was great. We'll move on to night two. Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky.
I loved the result.
I love the
I
result.
was
To be
very
honest,
happy with that match. I thought it was
there
great.
there wasn't a result I would have been upset with, in all
Mm.
honesty. Because I think my pick was Bianca purely because they've hot shotted this title between
Is
Io
this
and
how I
Rhea.
won on the
This is
tickets
the
because I
yeah,
picked Dio, didn't I? So
this is the
yeah,
one that has won you the prediction for
yeah.
our first one. Yeah, so you
For
are
the benefits
what
of the listeners, we did the whole prediction thing on the preview episode that we did, and I got 14 points and Connor got 13 points, and it was just this women's match that swung it
yeah.
for me.
That's just this, and it's purely because I thought you've had Rhea hold it, and then Eos held it in quick succession. So I wouldn't be surprised if then Bianca holds it
Yeah.
until maybe a first offense, and then it goes back to Rhea or Io or something like that. Because we're in a generation of lengthy title reigns,
Yes.
so every now and then it's nice to have a title sort of hot shotted a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not talking like the tag titles in like the Attitude Era, which changed hands like 16
Every
times
week. I
in
remember
5 weeks, but
I remember The Rock and Undertaker winning it on Raw and then losing it on SmackDown. The tag titles at one point. That was like I think the end of 2000 or something like that. They took them off Edge and Christian and then dropped them like the same week because Kurt Angle or something like that. But yeah, I know you. Yeah, and like some of the lengthy title runs that we've had recently in recent years have been brilliant. Gunther's had a decent length first title reign, and
just under a year, isn't it?
well, SummerSlam wasn't it? No, yeah, no, it was SummerSlam. He won King of the Ring, got the SummerSlam match.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, because Damian Priest had the belt, which is unfortunately, and no disrespect to Priest, but that was a very forgettable reign, unfortunately.
I can't remember anyone he faced.
He faced
Drew?
Jay, I think. I think
Jay?
he had Jay Uso got a title
Don't know.
shot at that at one point. Might have been a
No idea.
Backlash or something.
No idea. But
And Drew,
yeah,
yeah, he did face Drew because because Punk screwed him out of it a couple of times, didn't he?
yeah,
But yeah, yeah,
yes, yeah, I remember. Yes, but no, great result, great match, great way to kick off night two.
yeah,
We both went for Liv and Raquel to defend because at this time the kickoff had happened, so we didn't see the Bailey attack thing,
yeah.
which I hope is because she's actually injured. I
Apparently, complete work. There's all reports saying it's a complete work, and that the plan was for Becky all along, and that Bailey was only in that position to set this up.
So what you're saying is that doesn't work for me, brother.
No, what I'm saying is that doesn't work for me, brother.
uh, dear me. Right. Okay. Yeah. So Lyra and Becky are your new tag champs.
Yeah,
Because apparently, the women's Intercontinental title don't get defended enough anyway. Apparently, so let's give her another belt not to defend.
yeah.
Uh,
But
I
it was
don't
still a
like
good
it.
match. It was still a
It,
very
it,
good
it
match,
was it was a
and
good match.
yeah,
I don't like
and
this result. I think
it was a feel good thing seeing her come back and win, but it was the the snub of Bailey, isn't it? Essentially,
it's
that
the snub of Bailey, and that Becky Lynch didn't need to return and win. Like if you're gonna
no,
do it, have Lyra take the pin
yeah,
from insert cheap way to win
yeah,
from Raquel. It just feels really strange.
yeah.
Especially for Becky Lynch to return and go into the tag division feels weird. I
But
think
the plus side is it was Liv that Becky had a last match with, so at least
no,
there's that sort of
I
symmetry.
understand that, but I feel like the better thing to do, I would keep Becky away from the world title personally because I think right now there's a lot of people around each world title. We don't need Becky
Yeah,
Lynch, but I think what I would have done is have Lyra take the pin.
hmm
Have uh Lyra come out on Raw and oh, we didn't get it done. Well, we were close. Have Becky come out and Becky goes, we didn't get it done, but my eyes aren't on the tag titles. I
or
want that.
because you're not ready, sort of thing to her.
I want that
Yeah,
Intercontinental title.
yeah, yeah. That would have been great.
And then you have yes, Becky loses on the return, but then there's the big payoff because then Becky goes for the IC. Becky as IC champion would be great
Yeah,
because
because
then
it
it adds
elevates it.
elevates it, adds an actual name, a WrestleMania main eventer, blah blah blah. Would have been
Yeah,
better, in my opinion. That's how I'd have done it. Maybe we'll get that in the long run. Maybe that's how they drop the titles. We'll see. But in
we've
Pepper
talked.
H, we trust.
Yeah, and like for the rest of the show, I mean, we've talked about the main event already because that was the very first thing we were on about on the air. I think the tag matches, the tag title, the women's tag title match is the one thing that was disappointing in that regard,
Yeah.
like you say. But the main event wasn't
In terms of
disappointing.
result, yeah,
Henry
no.
wasn't. Do you know what I
No.
mean? But
Joe Hendry
that one
coming out for Orton is incredible. Um AJ
next year will be
Logan.
Austin versus that fan he nearly killed.
Oh no, have you seen the videos? He hits
He
the
hits the barrier
barricade.
and then they fly. Yeah,
She goes down like 5 seconds after.
yeah, I saw.
All
Yeah,
these things of her, it's like because Nick Khan was straight
Where
over there,
there's
wasn't
blame, there's a claim in it.
he? Yeah, but
So
I was like,
it
with
looked
all
Declan
the
Walters was on the wrong swing.
yeah, but then it's like with all this footage, any lawsuit she was hoping she could get out of it are
Yeah,
null and void because it's literally Impact with barricade, 5 Mississippis, 4 Mississippis, 3 Mississippis, 2 Mississippis,
fly.
1 Mississippi's, fucking Ric
Yeah,
Flair flop. Like it's,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Steve did look like he'd had a couple of those beers thrown to him before he got on the ATV.
But you know that there's that
Um,
massive long delay in him coming out. It was because I've seen another video where he missed the ramp in his ATV and shot down the side of it first. So there's a video of him going into the side of the stage on his ATV. He had to like reverse and get loads of guys to try and help him out so he could get back up on the
fucking
ramp for
hell.
the entrance. So
Living the gimmick,
ah,
brother. AJ versus Logan, good match. We covered it a bit with the Karrion
yeah,
Cross thing. Not keen on the result. I feel like AJ. I know AJ is very much one of those like fancy it to the younger guy kind of thing, but I
yeah,
would have understood that more if it was a full-time competitor.
yeah.
Um, I'm not a fan of Logan Paul's great in ring. There's no denying that.
The
Um,
biggest upside is that AJ Styles was trusted enough to have this match at Mania,
Absolutely.
and do you know what I mean? That's
But
the
what I will
golden line,
say
the silver lining, and yeah,
is it's really upsetting that AJ's best match at WrestleMania to this day is against Shayman, man.
yeah, I know,
Drew
man.
versus Damian.
Oh, I forgot about Drew Damien. Yeah, that was great. I love
It was
that.
great. It was
That was
great.
awesome.
Two big meaty men slapping meat. We got weapons. We got curse words. We got selfies. We got everything you want in a match like that.
And Drew won
Um, Drew
clean.
won as he should do.
So,
Then
do
move
we think
on
this is the end of Drew's whining stage? Do you think he's just like, fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna just embrace the fact that
until
I can beat
until
everybody?
yeah, until he like next loses some kind of title match or no one gets in the spot.
Yeah.
Um, Now, what should have been the main event, what is the biggest moment in the history of
Oh
professional
man,
wrestling,
I
the
know.
greatest outcome
I know.
to ever happen. Honestly, you want a Mount Rushmore? It's four of this new champion, the
One of
new
which being the masked version that you could get on
intercontinental champion. Yeah, the locker code is just inscribed with hammer and
yeah,
chisel.
on the
Yeah,
Rushmore.
Dirty Dominic Mysterio got his win, got
Yeah.
his Mania moment, and is the new Intercontinental Champion. The excitement I had for this, I think I popped for this louder than I did
I
Joe Hendry or
I
Cena.
messaged you because I jumped out of the chair in
Yeah,
excitement like that. That
yeah,
rarely
man.
happens, man. Like,
Me and my stepson were doing the Eddie Guerrero shoulders. It was It was incredible. I am so happy for this. I
yeah,
hope we get an absolute dirty shit eating run
yeah.
as a champion. I don't want him to win a single match clean.
And
Um,
and did you notice the Finn Balor thing afterwards? Because obviously Dom won the belt and fucked off, and then came back, didn't he, to celebrate in the ring? But as he came back, Finn's just stood there looking all
yeah.
annoyed, but didn't do anything about it.
Well, when Dom
So
was
you're
going up
like,
the ramp the first time, he ripped off the Judgment Day thing, didn't he? From
yeah,
around
yeah,
his waist. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Dom maybe gets his own little faction. Not quite
yeah.
Judgment Day level, but I could imagine it being Liv Morgan
I
and
mean,
then
Liv, Raquel, and Carlito are all Dom's mates, though, aren't they? They've
yeah,
all
but I don't
Finn's
want
given them all
Carlito.
shit, so I could see them all just going
Yeah,
and
I
leaving
could see
Finn.
it too, but I think I'd want someone to replace Carlito. I want
Yeah,
Carlito to just go back to spitting apples and being a
yeah,
good mid card worker because he's great.
yeah.
But Mania is it's over and done with. Mania weekend is over. I am beyond
Happy,
happy.
ecstatic.
We've got Backlash in St. Louis, so
Yeah.
that to me screams Cena Orton.
Yeah. It's got to, hasn't it? It's
It's
got to be Cena Orton
it's gotta, and I just
because I do think they're going to purposely keep Cody away from the belt for a few months, and then he can take it off Orton or Cena at SummerSlam.
yeah, but I don't think Cena drops his belt until maybe like 2 months before his last match because I think the last match is where he's back face and it's the
What if
big
Cody
send
accidentally
off.
costs Orton the title at St. Louis?
I mean, if that would be cool because if that led to just a non-title Cody v Orton feud,
Yeah.
I would love that. But yeah, we got lots of speculation, but I just want to say that was, I don't care what the online community says, because as we've reiterated many times, people
Just
just
such
love
a
to
great
hate it.
show.
People
Yeah.
just love to hate this day and age, despite how great something is. This was an amazing mania. We've had two amazing manias back to back,
Yeah.
and officially, you are 1-0 up in the prediction league by one
Yeah.
point. But
We'll
we've got a
see. We'll
mil.
see what happens
We've
at
got yeah,
Backlash.
yeah. We've got a million. The way they had PLEs these days with NXT as well, we've got a million.
Yeah.
We'll
So
probably
anyway,
finish like 62 to 61. But thanks everyone for tuning into the review, man. It's been great. Rory, hit him with that outro, my friend.
yeah, and obviously, yeah. Thank you very much for watching or listening or whatever. Please remember to like, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff. We're going to be firing these out as much as humanly possible. So aiming for once a week again for a full calendar year, as Connor said on the preview show. And yeah, we'll see you all next time.